You claim this condition as due to obesity, weight gain resulting from service-connected generalized anxiety disorder and or lumbosacral strain. Per VA regulations, obesity per se is not a disease or injury and therefore may not be service connected on a direct basis. This is a US code, and I guess the OCR got screwed up, but this is supposed to be USC. So obesity cannot qualify as an in-service event because it occurs over time and is based on various external and internal factors, as opposed to being a discrete incident or occurrence, or a series of discrete incidences or occurrences. So this is the first thing that you need to be aware of. Obesity is always a factor with obstructive sleep apnea claims. Always, or any kind, central sleep apnea, mixed sleep apnea, whatever sleep apnea you have, they are always going to point at obesity. It's not a rateable condition, but you must address it because they're going to address it. Because, this just kind of, it's so easy to get the diagnosis and the CPAP machine. So they're going to make it hard here. So they are definitely going to be dealing with obesity. So I got this little chart, and I'll put a link to this place. It's like a CDC website where you could type in your weight and your height, and it's all based on BMI, body mass index. So I just did mine. I'm 5 feet 9 inches. I weigh 210. My BMI is 31, which means I'm obese. So it doesn't matter if you like it or not, or you think it's an offensive word. You're just obese, right? I don't know if I was like a big fat piece of shit, morbidly obese when I was 240, 245 earlier this year, and I've been losing weight. But according to them, I'm way overweight. The healthy weight range would be between 125 and 169. Maybe I got down to 169 when I was in basic training, maybe, but when I got out. So this just, I'm showing you this because very few people, have the same weight when they're 22 and they get out of the military and now they're 50. I don't know if I'm average or not, but, news flash, you're probably obese, get over it. While it is acknowledged that you claimed your obesity resulting in OSA, obstructive sleep apnea, was the result of your service-connected conditions, lumbosacral strain resulting in obesity, obesity is not medically known to result from lack of physical activity. That's just bullshit, but whatever. But really, it's a personal lifestyle choice leading to caloric intake exceeding the minimal basal metabolic requirement. Sorry, I got tripped up on the words there. So this is just kind of funny here. And then it goes on, and I'll get my mouse out of the way. So they're basically like, there's no medical evidence to support that if your back is all fucked up, then and you can't move, yeah, that doesn't cause weight gain. Like, I don't need to be a doctor, a lawyer, or anything. Like, of course it does if you don't move. Oh, no. You could sit there and not move and exercise at all. But if you eat right, like, what do you, maybe if I'm on a IV and I eat nothing, maybe that would work. But this is the way they're going to fight and blame obesity. So this is like, having a back condition is not medically known. And then they say there is no literature to support that mental health conditions can cause obesity, because he did a back condition and he did it with mental health. So they're like, yep, there's nothing on their books for a back problem causing obesity, and there's no literature to support mental health conditions. I would bet that there is, but regardless, you're going to get your private doctor to, rebut this whole thing, and his opinion is medical evidence. And I'm sure he has literature and stuff. It's out there. The examiner added that generalized anxiety disorder and sleep apnea are not medically related. OSA is a separate entity entirely from your service-connected mental health conditions and unrelated to it. The medical literature does not confirm a causal relationship between your psychiatric condition and obstructive sleep apnea, which involves pathophysiological changes of the upper airway during sleep. Despite these conditions commonly being comorbidities, the medical literature does not support a clear causal medical relationship. So they're, talking around in circles right here. And by the way, let me pop over to this. Have you been denied for a sleep apnea claim and or won, or got caught somewhere in the middle and then won, or you on appeal? Leave a comment below, and I'm curious to see if this language was in there. Did they go down this road with you? And then if they went down a different road, I'd like to see that. I'm going to do a couple of these sleep apnea ones because I know it's a big claim. It's a high value claim, and we need to make sure we get it done right. So basically, right here, therefore a nexus has not been established. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked. I'm all over the board. I think I skipped over this whole paragraph possibly. But the bottom line here is the same. They say right there, a nexus has not been established. So that means that you did not provide a nexus from a private doctor, and we're not going to do it either. No nexus, claim denied. So if you just file a claim and, oh yeah, dude, everybody wins sleep apnea claims. Just toss her in there. Hope for the best. Spray and pray. If you do that and you do not provide a nexus, especially in a tricky sleep apnea claim, you're filing secondary to mental health stuff and or back stuff, you're going to have problems. So you're going to need to get a nexus. Finally, available medical literature also shows a lack of evidence demonstrating how medications used in the treatment of back and mental conditions such as service-connected lumbosacral strain and generalized anxiety disorder cause excessive weight gain. No nexus can be established. So this is them going a step further. They're introducing the obesity and beating you up about the obesity, and then they're going after the thing that you're going to use to win this with, which is the medications. And they're saying that doesn't work either, but that's complete bullshit. Medications are a known intermediate step. And that's exactly how you challenge this in a supplemental claim. But hopefully you're not doing a supplemental claim and you're doing this all up front so you don't have to be in the appeals process. You get a doctor, get a private doctor, get a nexus, get everything that you need. So when you file your claim, you address all these things. Here's how I'm filing it on a secondary basis. Here's my nexus. Here's how my nexus addresses the medications that are actually causing the obesity because I'm taking Prozac for major depressive disorder and also the obesity factor. So in this situation, you're going to want to have your doctor. This is where it's good to have somebody that understands the VA speak. But you're going to want to have him write or whatever he writes. You want to be looking for something like this. In my opinion, this veteran's obstructive sleep apnea was caused or aggravated by the Prozac, which he takes for his service-connected major depressive disorder. You only need one mental health claim. I would ditch the rest of that shit. Just pick one. I don't know which mental health condition you have. Combat PTSD. You don't need to list all of them. One of them's enough because this gives the doctor, more specifics. He can just say the Prozac that you take for this one mental health condition is plenty of medical evidence, and the nexus is clear. Also, this paragraph here, Prozac is known as a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. It's called an SSRI. Weight gain is a known side effect. If you go Google Prozac, and you'll come up with like Wikipedia or, within your top 5 results, you'll find some information about Prozac, and then you could click on the side effects button, and weight gain is one of them. So not only, like, oh, we're little, we're wondering about where the medical literature is. Like, hey, assholes, it says right on the, in the side effects, like, because you get the bottle. It doesn't say it on the bottle, but it says it with the instructions or the care instructions. May cause weight gain. And then they're like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. What, I can't do the fast voice, but, are you tracking me? So and then the doctor needs to give his theory. He may even provide a little medical literature. He could go do a peer review like PubMed.com. Maybe he'll download a document or two. And since he's a doctor, he can go in and grab a medical journal review from another doctor. And then he can craft that into his nexus and say, not only do I know this, but Dr. Johnson does here. Here's his letter. And I also use Dr. Mark, just throwing names out there. So I believe it. And this is publicly available medical literature to support this. So look at your doctor, and you're looking for how he's going to address the medications and the weight gain. You don't hide from the obesity. Embrace the obesity. Let me jump in here real quick and tell you about my boot camp. If you want to learn more about the VA claims process, check out my boot camp. You can talk to me live. There's a link on the website and in the description, combatcraig.com. And also, if you need medical evidence like a nexus or documenting your symptoms properly, go to our website, combatcraig.com, and it says medteam/nexus letters. Click on that link, fill out the form, boom, you're done.